and then in 2007, Meech and Terry, they pled guilty to running a continuing criminal enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
They took 30 years each.
Right.
You ended up pleading guilty and getting 7 years.
Well, I pleaded to 7, but what happened was when I went to court to plead and get my sentence accepted by the judge changed it. The judge said he didn't feel that that I did in this time enough to accept that plea. He said, I'm not going to accept that plea. He said, I feel like you were a victim to your circumstances, all the abuse. I mean, it's public record that he said, you know what, because I think it's the burning bed syndrome. I can't think of what that law was. He gave me an extra time off of that. I got 18 more months off of that. I ended up being sentenced to 57 months.
Right.
Yeah.
5 years,
5
essentially.
years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your son got 11 to 15 years?
My son got 11 and a half. My nephew got 10. My other nephew got 8. My cousin got 13. And my son's best friend got 8.
Right. Blue Da Vinci got sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in 2008. You end up going to prison and, essentially you got 18 months off your sentence. So you end up doing 30 months.
Mm-hmm.
You get out in 2012.
Right.
And at this point, you're broke.
But broke. I had only thing I had, I said, nothing. People had done ransacked, took everything. I had a house. I had said, the judge let me keep a house that I had. And because I didn't buy it with the proceeds of that. I ended up buying a house. I said, if I didn't have anything else, I'll have a home to come to when I got out of prison. At least my sons, when he get out of college here, they'll have somewhere to come. And while I was in prison, people who call themselves your friends, they ripped me off. I came home homeless.
Yeah, which is a story I hear all the time with, people in the drug business that I've interviewed. Like Freeway Ricky left a bunch of homes in people's names. And
my home was in my name. They just stole my whole identity. They stole my whole identity.
Yeah.
They didn't care nothing about my life. They didn't care nothing about my son's life, my younger sons. I had 2 younger sons. They didn't care nothing about them. These people was, I took care of their kids when their mother died. I took care of their mothers, funerals, all kind of things, Took care of them all the way until I went to prison and came home homeless.
Yeah, and like I said, this is always a typical story.
Yeah.
Whatever money you leave with people, they'll spend it.
They'll spend it, and they get mad at you. Yeah. They get mad at you.
And Freeway Ricky, allegedly left a bunch of property in other people's names, and they weren't going to transfer it back once he got out. There's always a reason why they needed it more than him, and ultimately, you got out in the same situation